Good morning. It's another Sunday morning and therefore another time for a Sunday thought. I've had a lot of thoughts the last few days, and always I'm just kind of going through them to see which ones I want to talk about or which one I wanted to do. And there was something that began to come to me through various ways about the collective consciousness. In fact, one of the people on my Wednesday night, which not Wednesday day, sorry, not night. We have a small audience that asks me questions before and after I do my talk, or we have talks. And one of the things that they said to me was, I need to know more about the collective consciousness. And so it's been brewing in the back of my mind since Wednesday. And here it is Sunday. So a little bit of this talk is about that. The thing to recognize and remember is that thoughts really create a vibration, your vibration. So all the vibrations that come together create a collective consciousness, meaning that might say the paramount, the most prevalent thought is the one that begins to circulate. I always often teach this as we have microwaves, radio waves, TV rays, all sorts of things, waves of all sorts of kinds going through our homes consistently. And thoughts do too. I know when I often walk into a store around, especially around jewelry counters and makeup counters, I'll pick up the thought of how to steal things. And I'm not the only one who does that. And so what I do is I dispel them because I break them up and let them go because the merchant doesn't need more products stolen for sure. But that's just a small example of how the collective consciousness works. Right now, there is a lot of fear in there, fear of a virus, fear of being alone, fear of being ill, fear of dying. And that fear is very prevalent in the collective consciousness. And consequently, a lot of people feel fearful where perhaps they didn't before. And they wonder why, because they were confident, they had belief, they trusted. And all of a sudden now these thoughts pervade them and they are doing everything they can to keep safe instead of knowing that they are safe. That's maybe a story for another time. Now, there are some of us who have been studying thought and spiritual practice of many, many kinds. And what we do is we work to do what we call the high watch. What does being the high watch mean? Is that we're there to dispel the thoughts that are not productive, the thoughts that block a person's evolution, the thoughts that stop them from being all that they can be. I remember over the years having sort of an awakening in my mind saying, hey, you've got to get to work, because sometimes I'm a little lazy and I just kind of go along in my life and excuse me, and I'm quite happy with what my life is doing. And it's funny how I'm coughing on that because, yes, I'm not perfect. And I would get this nudge. We need to correct this. We need to get the balance back in certain areas. And consequently, the high watch means that right now is to remember that everything is in its right place and time. It doesn't mean that you accept every little thing as gospel, but do your due diligence, of course. But it's about trusting the process, that you yourself have enough energy within you to know what you need to do. You don't have a lot of other people telling us, well, this is that or the other. You need to listen to your own common sense, your own awareness, your own strength of who and what you are, and be able to recognize that basically this planet, which I maintain is an emotional planet, is really a planet that has love at the basis of it. To connect to the love of the universe, to connect to the love of the earth, to connect to your own self-love, to me is the whole reason why we're here. And I have had lots of thoughts, and I know on Wednesday I'm going to talk about past life regression, and I've had just a lot of thoughts come pouring into my brain about different aspects. The movie I was watching really had my, you might say, creative juices really working about, wow, yes, I could definitely explain how that works. In the meantime, though, how do you want your thoughts to be reflected out? Because that is your vibrational rate. What are you attracting to you? Because remember, we're like a magnet. And even though I sometimes forget that and I get caught up like everybody else, oh my goodness, what's going on? I have been nudged to remember who I truly am. The power that I have within me, as every single person has within them, to trust and know, to be strong, to grow, and to be at a sense of being. You are a vibration. You are attracting similar vibrations to you. And so consequently, it is, I think, easier not to do that, not to know that you have strength in you, not to be aware, but to go along with the tide. But remember, the tide comes in and the tide goes out. And what we want to do is to bring in the strength, the force, and the essence of everything and all that you are. These are important elements. Now, just give that a thought. And if you would like to leave a comment, I would really be welcome of that. You can also contact me via my website, which is on the screen, www.normakawi.com. I would also let you know that once a month I send out a newsletter about what's happening with my schedule and what my may say specials I'm going to be offering in the ensuing months. And if you would like to be on that, make sure that you click that you'd like to be on the email list. In the meantime, I want you to think this week about what is your vibration? What is it that you really are thinking all the time? Is it a plus for you? Or is it not a plus for you? Is it how you want to be in this world? Or is it not how you want to be in this world? Be clear within yourself. Love yourself. And one thing I meant to mention, and I'm going to mention it briefly here, gratitude. Be grateful that you're alive. Be grateful that you're alive in this time of great stress, great fear, so that you can hold your own essence of being. You can hold your own awareness of who you truly are and keep thinking in relation to how good this earth is to you, how good life is to you, so that you can reap the benefits. I just looked out at my sky this morning and it was all beautifully blue. And it was just a warm, beautiful day. And it's like, yes, I will be grateful for that day and I will experience this day to the fullest that I possibly can. And I wish you for this week that you have a wonderful, absolutely filled life with all that you can create for yourself. God bless.